CP Company history. (1971) Chester Perry. In 1971, Massimo Osti founds Chester Perry brand. The name is that of the factory where Bristow, the hero of Frank Dickens' strip, works. Massimo, working from his experience as a graphic designer, immediately created a distinctive style of communicating for his company, the toy car. The posters with their pop graphics and other props to give as gifts to shop owners. To print t-shirts, jackets and shorts, Massimo employs methods that at the time are only usually used for paper. He makes abundant use of the photocopier. Place print screen printing in the 4-color process. He also started experiments with the garment dyeing method. 1973, the invention of garment dyeing. Garment dyeing is the name given to a process pioneered by Massimo Osti and his collaborators for CP Company in the early 1970s, in which a garment, usually made from white or raw uncolored fabric, is only dyed as a final manufacturing step. Subsequent to being fully fashioned, as opposed to the conventional method of manufacturing garments from pre-dyed fabrics. While the technique of garment dyeing has long existed, Massimo Osti and his collaborators were the first to attempt the technique with garments made from multiple different fabric or fiber types. This process, which appears almost alchemical for those who witness it firsthand, produces a chromatic depth and intensity impossible to achieve with pre-dyed fabric, as well as enhancing the material characteristics of the fabric. 1978, from Chester Perry to CP Company. In 1978, the English clothing brands Chester Perry and Fred Perry simultaneously take legal action against the Bolognese designer for, respectively, the use of their first name and surname. Massimo then decides to evolve Chester Perry into CP Company. This drier, more mature name inaugurated one of the most explosive and influential bursts of creativity in the history of modern Italian fashion, and would quickly make CP Company the essential brand of choice for Italian intellectuals and artists. For more than 45 years, the brand has continued to pioneer its signature hybridization of archival military work and sportswear models, combining them with intensely researched, cutting-edge Italian fabric innovation. 1979 Deerskin Down Jacket. In 1979, CP Company transforms the nylon down jacket of alpinists into an urban jacket. The down jacket will become an irreplaceable alternative to the woolen overcoat, which up until the 70s had been the dominant style of winter jacket worn in Italian cities. CP Company's point of departure for the transformation is the substitution of nylon, from which these jackets were always made, with a more urban fabric, a gabardine, extremely light and soft, which then undergoes a treatment to make it resistant to water, while nevertheless allowing it to maintain the tactile characteristics of cotton. The filling is a cotton padding specially developed by Bear for the athletic sector. The success of this innovation is such that near the company's warehouse in Crevalcore, Bologna, an inflatable geodesic dome, strange sign of modernity in the countryside of Emilia, is rapidly set up to house the thousands of voluminous jackets waiting to be shipped. Each season these jackets evolve and are transformed with new fabrics and models. Real goose down, very expensive at the time, subsequently replaces the cotton padding. The company expands and its turnover grows vertiginously. The urban down jacket becomes a constant presence in CP Company collections, and in the 90s will become a continuative garment, the special series of pieces which have formed the brand's identity. 1981, synthetic fibers are garment dyed for the first time. A complex technique of dyeing garments comprised of both synthetic and natural fibers will become one of the cornerstones of CP Company, but in this reversible anorak it is still in its early days. The pale pink of reverse cotton side of the anorak is simply the residue of the red nylon dye. CP Company S. 1981. 1982 Dutch Police Jacket. AW 1982 collection is an important moment in the history of CP Company, drawing inspiration from an old Dutch motorcycle police uniform today lost. Massimo Osti creates a series of modular jackets with removable sleeves and collars in material combinations of knitwear, oiled canvas, leather and suede, and satin linings in gaudy colors. It is a novel idea and the press is particularly taken by it. The star attraction of the collection is a special poplin treated in such a way as to make it waterproof, but only on the inside, so that its outer face maintains the shiny natural appearance so characteristic of cotton. To this CP Company adds calfskin only in brown, goatskin only in green, sheepskin only in red, because every leather has its own particular color which gives the best results. From a business perspective, the success of the collection is a turning point. As Carlo Grazia remembers, we launched the collection with a large party and changed a good part of our client list. We went from 350 to 180 stockists, but sales grew nonetheless, wrong-footing all our competitors. 1983 double-dyed reversible jacket. Jacket with retractable hood, outer, waterproofed cotton, inner, tartan pattern wool. The buttons are inspired by American college rings. 1986 rubber wool, rubber flax. In 1986 CP Company started research to give the wool a wind and waterproof function while maintaining its breathability. To obtain the desired result, Ardia develops, after various attempts, a porous rubber coating which can be seen on the inside of the garments. In 1987, the impulse towards experimentation gives life to two new trademarked materials, rubber flax and rubber wool. Inspired by traditional English sports clothing, these fabrics are developed to confer new qualities of technical performance to these noble materials, allowing them, through coatings of natural rubber, new uses in the sportswear sector. The rubber coating leaves unaltered the natural qualities of the yarns but guarantees the materials, normally quite delicate, a greater degree of resistance to the atmosphere and renders them indeformable through use.
1987 Explorer Jacket. Massimo Osti had in his clothing archive a protective hood worn by the Japanese civil defense, similar to a balaclava with a zip on the front and two lenses sewn into the fabric at eye level. Osti grew excited about the idea of making a jacket with lenses sewn into the fabric. The problem of preserving the fabric's integrity around the perimeter of the glass lenses was resolved thanks to a frame specifically created by the Italian company Brufaldi, a world leader in the sports optics field. The first prototype was a four-pocket field jacket, Saurian style, which features lenses sewn into an extended collar which later became known as the Explorer jacket.
1988 Google jacket. Following further research into protective hoods used by the Army, CP Company creates several prototypes over the course of 1987. Anti-gas goods, a new inspiration, give him the idea of moving the lenses from the collar to the hood itself. The forms of this new version of the goggle jacket adopt the multifunctionality of the Swiss field jackets whose intelligent pockets can perform numerous tasks. Another lens is added to the sleeve to allow the wearer to see his watch. This is the version which CP Company uses to sponsor the 1988 edition of the Mille Miglia car race because it best corresponds with his vision of the perfect jacket to wear on any adventure. It protects the wearer from rain and mud, and its system of pockets allows him to carry a full range of necessities, from identification papers to a canteen and knife to victuals and maps. 1990 Jean-Paul Sartre coat. The idea for a new model comes from research within the internal archive, or from a study of military uniforms, or even from the pages of a randomly opened book or magazine. Massimo Osti casually comes across a photo of Jean-Paul Sartre by Henri Cartier-Bresson and is impressed by the sober but informal elegance of the philosopher's coat. He copies its visible particularities, then transforms it. His maniacal attention to details allows him to create a style. This coat model, in reality very simple, has some formal characteristics which, even when reworked in following years, allow it to maintain a strong identity of its own. Through various different technical interventions, rubber coating, insulation padding, emery brushing of the cotton, net lining, etc., CP Company adds functions to the form. The first J.P. Sartre coats are made from sheepskin with leather finisher from cotton with rubber wool lining. A second version in leather has contrast finishes in cotton and a shawl collar as in the photo of the original. Inside it has a quilted padded lining backed with netting. A third version replicates the original, without the yoke but with a fur collar which is removable thanks to leather loops and buttons. Urban protection. 1998 Life Parka. CP Company new head designer Moreno Ferrari's dystopian urban protection line begins with the parka constructed from Dynafil TS70. A high-performance nylon which is waterproof, tear-proof and oil-proof. The jacket comes with its own ear protectors. CP Company A.W. 1998-99 1999 Metropolis Parka. The Metropolis takes the idea of the original Mil Miglia goggle jacket, a protective jacket for racers of open-top vintage cars on public roads, both paved and unpaved, and transfers it to the contemporary urban environment where the presence of an integrated anti-smog mask, laptop pockets and a waterproof, tear-proof and oil-proof fabric are totally natural. CP Company A.W. 1999-00 2001 vulcanized rubber goggle jacket. CP Company ceased production of the goggle jacket for a short period of time at the end of the 90s, but new CP Company head designer Alessandro Punghetti brought it back in 2001. This special edition was made out of bonded matte finish nylon, polyester fabric, and had a very special feature, the use of vulcanized rubber for the hood and arm pieces. The jacket was featured on the cover of the Casuals book by Phil Thornton. 2003 Cotton Hemp Explorer Parka. This heavy winter coat remixes two CP Company icons, the Norwich Parka and the Explorer jacket. Dubbed the Arctic Explorer, this classic parka is crafted from a resin-coated 50-50 hemp cotton mix. It features a detachable real rabbit fur trimmed hood and an isolating polyester padding. Frosted nylon down goggle jacket. Based on the shorter length, biker-style goggle jacket introduced by CP Company during the 2000s. Garment dyed on a Japanese process double-frosted nylon, down-filled. The dyeing process creates the light, dark effect on the stitching and detailed parts, making every jacket unique. 2005 Gore-Tex's garment dyed for the first time. Hooded blowson with taped seams constructed entirely from 3-layer fabric with traditional linen. Outer face developed exclusively for CP Company by Gore-Tex under the supervision of Alessandro Punghetti. This is the first time in history that the waterproof membrane has been successfully garment dyed. 2006 Garment dyed polyester field jacket. CP Company applies the garment dyeing process to polyesters, the most difficult and unpredictable fiber to dye since it only absorbs color at 140 degrees Celsius. High tenacity nylon goggle jacket. An ultra-light but at the same time incredibly strong fabric. HT nylon has been used in the past to produce the likes of sails, tents and safety belts. Then CP company made it the perfect fabric to build wear and tear resistant outerwear. 2007 Tinto Terra Goggle Jacket. Dyed using the Tinto Terra process, which utilizes natural pigments from soil and earth for a slight iridescent effect. The finished garment retains a rich look and a soft, substantial tactile feel that appropriately reflects CP company's visual identity throughout its history. 2008 New Shield Jacket. Decades after the first goggle jacket, a new collaboration between CP company and Italian brand Barafaldi, leader in the moto goggle market since the 30s. This short jacket features detachable, adjustable technical sunglasses attached to the hood. The sunglasses sport an adjustable elastic headband and optional temples. The wristwatch viewer lens is a nod to the original goggle jacket design. 500 Miglia Blowson. The original goggle jacket is a 3-pocket, thigh-long field coat. This one sports the same goggle hood, but is much shorter, cut at the waist, and has a totally different pocket design. 2009 1000M Goggle Jacket. To celebrate the goggle jacket it used in 1989 throughout the iconic Mille Miglia race, CP company invited Argentinian designer Ader Troupe to design a unique version of the goggle jacket with the aim of creating a piece which is even further informed by its driving concept than the original. The overall structure and balance of the jacket has been designed around a human form in the driving position. Excess volume is built into the back in order to maximize driving comfort and allowing the lower part of the jacket to morph from a standard standing position into a more complex driving position. A detachable padded lining and gloves offer further protection against cold and wet conditions. Further functional details include a detachable pouch, which can be used as a case for tech gadgets. The fabric is a Tinto Terra dyed 3-layer Gore-Tex performance shell with a waterproof membrane. Every seam is finished with Gore-Seam waterproof thermotaping. 2010 Nylon Polyester Sublimated Print Trench Coat. This traditionally shaped trench coat has been garamint dyed a mid-gray color. The finished piece is subjected to a sublimation print, a heat transfer printing process used exclusively for polyester fabrics. CP Company A.W. 2010-11. 2014 Micro K Goggle Blowson. Referencing Osti's 1982 Dutch police jacket design, the CP company design team composed of Alessandro Punghetti and Paul Harvey constructed this jacket from a Japanese polyester whose thousands of loosely spun polyester microfibers swell up when dumped naturally, creating a waterproof barrier. Garment dyeing the fabric further enhances its characteristics. CP Company A.W. 2014-15. Nylon, Shetland and Bound Goggle Jacket. An extremely technically challenging piece of CP Company garment dyeing. The main fabric is an original Scottish Shetland prepared for over dyeing by Abraham Moon exclusively for CP Company. The hood and yoke are a Japanese nylon treated to look and feel like cotton. The lining is a downproof nylon ciré. All three shrink in different ways during garment dyeing, and the drying process is immensely delicate, but the harmony of colors achieved is otherwise impossible to achieve. CP Company A.W. 2014-15. 2017 Component Dyed Explorer Anorak. A further refinement of the brand's signature garment dyeing Tikkun K. This anorak has been component dyed the outer layer of the jacket. made from an ultralight version 80 grams SQM of 50 Philly. Has been garment dyed before being attached to a membrane and inner layer. The result is a fully waterproof and windproof 3-layer hard shell jacket with a softness and easy wearability unparalleled on the market today. CP Company S. 2017.